Good morning, everyone. Today I'd like to focus on the first reading, which is from St. Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians. It's the very beginning of that letter. And Paul, in writing to the people of Thessalonica, commends their conversion to Christianity and their rejection of idols. Now, remember that within the Jewish tradition, they also had many idols within society, not within Jewish faith, but within the Jewish culture, if you like. And so there are many other alternatives. And Paul is saying, well done, because, in converting to Christianity, it's important that you do turn your back on other idols. We even find in the Old Testament, when Moses came down from the mountain with the Ten Commandments, that people had resorted to worshipping pagan idols because they thought that Moses had died. He'd gone up the mountain, took so long coming back. They thought that basically he died. And so they had wasted their time following him. And so they reverted back to following idols, pagan idols. So that tradition, or if you like, that culture still existed. And so in speaking to the people of Thessalonica, Paul acknowledges that and says, you are doing a good thing. It made me think about perhaps in society that many people are following not necessarily religious idols, but things within their life that are possessing them. Perhaps we get caught up in materialism. Perhaps we get caught up in more emphasis on achievement than we do necessarily in following God. And then you say, well, what idols do we have in our own lives? Are there things that we do put ahead of the Lord? Are there things that we allow to supersede in our relationship with the Lord? And those effectively could be defined as idols because they are things that we worship. I think I've shared with you in the past, if only we could fill the churches with as many people who go to rugby games and soccer games, that'd be wonderful. Well, what's happened there? People are going because it's entertainment, because they get something out of it. Well, then you say, well, they're involved as spectators or as players. And maybe that's a problem, that within our religious life, how involved are we to the extent that our religious life becomes just something that we observe, not something that we're involved in. That sounds terribly negative for a Monday morning, but it's something to reflect on. And once we commit to it, once we decide we're going to go to the fitness club and we're going to get healthy, then we do it and it works. And the same applies to religion. You have a wonderful day. Keep yourself safe. God bless. Bye-bye.